Amin did a very wrong thing to kill a lot of people, killing Muslim innocent people. Holy Emmanuel Selassie Jah, Rastafari, Yaman. Greetings, beautiful morning. Rastafari don't talk say morning. Rastafari say grand rising. To everybody, Ugandans, fellow Ugandans, in and outside the country, in Africa, around the world, Australia, America. Yeah, tomorrow is Independence Day. So, salute to Sonny CP TV in conjunction with King JAHFIRE. Salute to Buddy Chris. Salute to Spraga Promo, Bug Bender, Poet Joel Unen, bloggers, YouTubers, TikTokers. The list is endless. Today we're gonna bring you the history of how Uganda became independent. Yeah, I want to ask this question. Which are the indigenous people in Uganda? The indigenous people in this country, Uganda. They are the Luos. They came from Central Sudan. They came here as far as the 3rd millennium, BC. You can imagine. So what happened when the Luo entered Uganda? They went out and set up a kingdom around Lake Victoria. That was before the rise of Buganda Kingdom and before the rise of Bunyoro Kingdom. There was an empire known as Bunyoro Kingdom. Kitara, Tara is a Luo word. It means the light. Now these are the Luos who went and set up the Bunyoro Kingdom. That was a Bachwezi empire, the Bachwezi. So after the fall of Bunyoro Kingdom, that's how Buganda Kingdom grew up. And that's also how Bunyoro Kingdom grew up. Yes, so the first indigenous people in this country of Uganda are the Luos who came from Central Sudan, who set up the mighty Bachwezi Empire. So because this country contains or carries the word Uganda, it is derived from Buganda. Now many people confuse it. They think that the Baganda are the first people in Uganda. No, the Luos, they are the original people. They set up, this is not, I'm not sectarian. I'm not promoting tribalism, but I'm telling the truth. Because this is history clinic. Yes. So, the history or the storybook of Uganda is like a movie. Uganda as a country. I told you the Luos, they set up this country. The Luos are the ones who set up this mighty empire of Bunyoro Kitara. Now, after, you need to know that the Europeans came to Uganda in 1894. That is when the foundation of this country known as Uganda was laid. 1894. And the British made a very big mistake. They came, and first of all, they did conniving. By the way, Uganda was not fully colonized because they came and they were using the traditional setup of the kingdoms and the chiefdoms to rule Uganda. So they came and got the first Kabaka. That was Kabaka Mutesa the first. They got him. As they got, in fact, Kabaka, after welcoming these people, the country of Uganda, it went and it became the British Protectorate. So Uganda was ruled by the Queen of England. Yes, that's why Queen of England only used to send governors to Uganda. Only governors could come to Uganda. And Uganda was being governed, or decisions about Uganda was made from the Buckingham Palace. That is the Queen's Palace. It is called Buckingham Palace in London, UK. So that is why when Uganda pushed for independence in 1962, in fact, the first president of Uganda, I want people to get this history very well, that this country of Uganda, the first president was Sir Edward Mutesa II. That was the first president of Uganda as a country. The vice president, there was no vice president. Because Uganda, the way the British set up, Uganda was supposed to be ruled by kings. Yes. So, that is why the first elected leader of Uganda was the Kabaka of Buganda. And through his popular party known as Kabaka Yeka, which means Kabaka alone, Kabaka Yeka. It means Kabaka alone. Now something happened. Obote was the prime minister, Milton Obote. Milton Obote was not happy the way the Kabaka was running the government. So that's why in 1966, as the Prime Minister, Milton Obote suspended the constitution in 1966. Then he came up with another constitution and wrote a new constitution for Uganda in 1967, making him, vesting all powers in him as the president, removing power from the Kabaka, then vesting power in the Prime Minister. It was done in 1967. Obote did it. Now, Obote is the first president that set up military rule in Uganda. And who was the commander went on? In fact, in 1966, they went and attacked the Kabaka's palace in Lubiri. And guess who was the commander in chief? That was Idi Amin. Idi Amin is one of the commanders who went and attacked the Lubiri barracks to remove the power from the Kabaka of Buganda. Now, what happened? Obote, after Obote became the first president, because after the Kabaka, you need to follow the sequence. After the Kabaka, Obote took power. Obote became the first president of Uganda. That was not from royal blood, he was a commoner. Yes, Obote. Now, you need to know that in Uganda, because now Obote removed the rulership from the kingship, so it was not following the line of the kings now. It was following the line of the commoner. So I told you Obote set up military rule in Uganda. So guess what happened? In 1971, Obote was there in Singapore. Idi Amin declared himself as the president of Uganda. In 1971. Yes, guess what happened? Now, Ugandans say that Amin, but to me, that's not the way I look at Amin. Amin, yes, everybody has a negative side and a good side. For example, during Amin's time, there was no immorality when it comes to dressing court. But Amin did a very wrong thing to kill a lot of people, killing mostly innocent people. Yes, that's what Amin did, which was very wrong. But also the government of Amin must be praised for certain things. He expelled the Indians, everybody know that the Indians left Uganda during the era of Amin. Now, guess what happened? Obote went and resettled in Tanzania. He went and organized the Tanzanian army helped Obote to take over Amin. And this happened in 1979. They took over the government from Amin again. Then Obote came back in 1979. But there was a lot of crisis in that era. Obote was not fully installed. So after Amin, there came Yusuf Lule. He took over power. He became the next president after Amin. Yes, after Yusuf Lule, you know, there was a gap. And there was a lot of disharmony between Yusuf Lule and the party. So Godfrey Briniza became the president. That was after Yusuf Lule. Yes. Then after Godfrey Briniza, that was like around 1980. The military commission was set up, and the leader of the military commission, that was Paul Mwanga, took over the control of government. Mark these leaders. From the Kabaka came to Obote. From Obote, it came to, like I told you, to Amin. From Amin, it came to Yusuf Lule, the presidency in this country. From Yusuf Lule, it came to Godfrey Briniza. Yes, from Godfrey Briniza, it came to Paul Mwanga, who was a military commissioner. Now, 1980, elections were held. Shortly that, though the second reign of Obote now was not, it did not take long. Obote, after, in May 1980, something happened. Tito Okello again assumed leadership. Tito Okello, because he was the head of the army. And this country of Uganda, the head of the army becomes the head of state. It is there in the law. It says that the president is the fountain of honor and is the head of the army, the commander-in-chief. So it made Tito Okello the successor. In fact, he took over power until 1981, 1986. That Museveni president took over. Tito Okello just was there only for like 6 months as a president. All these presidents after, in fact, after Amin, were short leadership, short terms of leadership. So Museveni has been the longest reigning president in this country, Uganda. So this is the history of how Uganda started from nowhere. It became a nation, and after becoming a nation, it got independence from the British in 1962 that we are celebrating tomorrow. But I want to alert, as we are going towards independence, there are certain things that I see it is a colonial legacy. The law books, the law, there are certain laws. This is a call to the MPs. There are certain laws in our books that must be changed. The laws were brought by colonialists, was brought by the British. For example, this is not a law. I'm talking about the major rivers, the mountains in this country. Why is it that they are still named after the Queen of England? For example, Queen Elizabeth National Park. For example, the Queen Victoria or Lake Victoria. This is the third largest lake in the whole world, Lake Victoria. Lake Victoria, the original name is Lake Nalubare. The original people know it like that. We need to change these names to our original names, because if not, we are still living under colonialism. This is my appeal to the current president, who is President Yoweri Museveni, His Excellency, because there are certain things. For example, how comes we have Queen Elizabeth National Park? Can't we have another African name to change that? Yes, look at Magician Falls, Lake Albert. I want there must be a change. This is my suggestion, because we are not truly yet independent. I want to also salute so much our president as we are going towards independence, and that's why Museveni this time will win the elections, because of fighting homosexuality. The book of Leviticus chapter 22 verse 2 says that no man must lie with another man. No homosexuality. So salute the government of President Yoweri Museveni for holding down the country and sticking to the Bible code, Bible order, defending African morality, saying no to homosexuality.